Hello, my people. This is D and Z TV, and we are here again with some very, very good and serious gist for you. Gist that is meant to make you excited, meant to keep you going, and meant to give you all the information you need. That is happening in the Ooni of Ife's palace and also in the entertainment industry as a whole. This wonderful evening, we are going to be giving you a very serious comparative analysis between two of the most talked about women right now in the Nigerian entertainment ecosystem. For the past 2 years, these people have kept our social media active, very, very active. And guess what? They have kept it active in the positive way. There are two ways of getting publicity in this life. It's either you get negative publicity or you get positive publicity. Now, most people are of the opinion that there is nothing like negative publicity. That publicity is publicity. But in my own understanding, there are some publicities that when you have, it will actually mess up everything for you. And there are some publicities that when you have, yeah, it is actually going to drag sympathy to you, and it could also make you remain relevant. So today we'll be looking at Queen Naomi versus May Edochie. For a lot of you who know, I'm just going to be giving us a little brief of these two very great, outstanding women who have remained very, very relevant in the scheme of things in our system and in our world. Now, both of them have very peculiar issues and challenges that have the capacity to bring them down. But guess what? They've been able not to allow these challenges to suppress them. Rather, they've actually utilized these challenges to work for their own good. Let us start with May Edochie. For those of you who are not aware, May Edochie was the wife to Yul Edochie, the celebrated Nollywood actor who has been gracing our screens for a very long time now. But they were having a very swell time. They were having a very awesome, good relationship with themselves, and they were trying to build their home. But guess what? As time passed on and went on, Yul Edochie now decided to get involved with another lady called Judy Austin. When Yul now got involved with Judy Austin, May Edochie now came out to say she cannot be part of a polygamous home. That was not the arrangement from the onset. We are not here to tell you whether polygamy is bad or polygamy is good. It's a matter of choice. But Yul Edochie and May started on a good note. But at the end of the day, May now said to herself that she cannot remain with Yul Edochie and decided to move on. Now, this actually sparked a lot of controversy because while in the middle of all of it, his son now departed. Now, instead of Yul Edochie to look for ways and means of making up with his wife May, he rather decided to now begin to flaunt his side chick turned wife everywhere. He flaunted and flaunted and flaunted, and this actually brought a lot of bashing, both on social media, both on real life, and everything. This was really, really bad because this also actually gave Yul Edochie and Judy Austin some form of publicity. But to me, it was actually negative publicity. At the end of the day, what now happened? May Edochie now moved on and became so relevant. She's been doing things back to back, signing contracts here, signing projects here. In fact, as we could rightly hear, her billboard, she has about 15 billboards all over Port Harcourt for an event she's doing. She now became a super, super influencer. That was how relevant she now became. Now, if you want to look at it very well, she did not allow the fact that she's having marital issues with Edochie, to now make her want to relent her efforts by not putting energies to the things she was doing. No, all of that was a thing of the past. As all she did was she remained maintaining, building her brand. She built her brand so powerfully and so well that before you know it, she now started leading for Edochie and the wife to follow. So she was now dictating the pace for them. She was now always, immediately they see that she has done something or she has posted something, all of them will now run helter skelter to now try to make sure that they meet up to her level and her capacity. That was how you May Edochie was able to sustain his relevance. She sustained her relevance and was able to build to a level that people cannot comprehend and people cannot understand. Now, let us now talk about our almighty Queen Naomi, Her Majesty, who happens to be the most visible flower in the whole of Ooni of Ife's garden. Now, before Queen Naomi came into the life of the Ooni of Ife, Ooni already had wives. I think there were about two women in the life of the Ooni of Ife before Queen Naomi came. But when Queen Naomi came on board, the narrative changed automatically. The narrative changed in such a way that the Ooni now realized that for the first time, he can actually live with just one woman alone. If not for tradition that stipulates and says and remains that the Ooni of Ife should have more than one wife. Ooni was actually comfortable and okay staying with Queen Naomi. But just as it happened, a tradition did not allow this to happen. And before you know it, things went south. And Naomi decided to leave the Ooni and fend for herself alone. But guess what? Queen Naomi deciding to be on her own actually also sparked off a lot of things happened. Things that happened that were now happening and they were now working for her own good. She has been so relevant. She has been walking up and down, signing contracts across the globe. Wherever she goes to, there is always somebody. There's this special grace that now kept her going. There's this special grace that was now speaking for her. People were always just trying just to be with her, just to take pictures with her, and it actually now made all the other wives to be very envious of her doings, because her doings now became so big. Her doings now became so big that people could not even really understand. In as much as people were now trying to use all different forms of diabolism, some were going diabolical, some were using what we call jazz, others were using different things were beginning to emanate and happen just to make sure that they suppress the glory of Queen Naomi. But all of this never ever worked, because God's hands were already on our majesty Queen Naomi. Queen Naomi has so much in common with May Edochie. These two women have kept their head high. They've kept their heads so high that no matter how you try to fault them, you cannot fault them. They've been able to also understand the power of silence. Silence in the sense that they hardly say anything. No matter how you want to talk, you talk, they will just they look you. That is because they've kept themselves relevant. That's because they know what they want. They are not confused elements like Judy Austin. I can guarantee you is a confused element. The worst of them all is Edochie, that we thought had some sense was left in his medulla oblongata. But this all of this fiasco now has made us to understand that the guy, there's actually nothing in his skull. Now, if you go to the other side now of Naomi's side, you now realize that she has sense, unlike all those others who seem not to have anything left in their medulla, or all they just make up their mind that they feel that they need is just to be called the Ooni's wives. That is all just thereafter. But Naomi makes sure that She made them to understand that she is not just here to be called Ooni's wife. Rather, she wants to add value to society. She wants to add value to the system. That's why she goes up and down doing NGO works. She goes up and down touching the lives of people. She goes up and down making people to see the need to live again. She, as a matter of fact, she never ever gave up. That is the spirit. And that's the spirit that anybody who really, really wants to remain relevant or remain responsible in this life today should begin to do. When you keep your head high, just like Naomi and May have been able to keep their head high. That's why now people call both of them Queen Naomi and Queen May Edochie. They've been able to keep themselves so relevant, and this has actually changed the dynamics. This has actually changed the status quo. It has actually changed the way. It has changed the narrative. It has changed how people perceive people who it's as if their husbands don't want them anymore. It's something good for us to emulate. All right, my people, this is where we're going to be stopping this video today. If there is anything you want to talk about on this channel, quickly go to the comment section and drop it out there. And also, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please just click the subscription button, comment, like, and share this video so that others could also see it. And we'll also plan to be giving you more information as it unfolds on this platform. Thank you very much for being with us, and have a good night rest.